Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. Before we start, just a quick introduction, quick disclaimer, anything we discuss is just for educational purpose only, nothing is financial advice. Alright guys, amazing day. I haven't put out a recap in a while, but just wanted to put out a recap today. Post FOMC moves, a lot of news today, a lot of opportunities this morning, and our system was flawless and we really killed it. A lot of trade setups in the community today. So a lot to learn. Let's just start. Before we start, let's do a quick introduction to anybody who's new to our X accounts, new to our YouTube, or new to our community. So we trade a repeatable system called Ripster EMA Clouds System. And the system is, what is a system? System is how you trade in the stock market. Setup is what you trade. This system is used by thousands of traders across the world to trade consistently. We use this system every day in the our community. Our community, one of the largest trading educational live trading community online, and we all follow this system. And system also includes a lot of my other teachings, support resistance teachings, price action teachings, a lot of the concepts. So many concepts that I teach you guys every day, be it for day trading, swing trading, or investing. All right, so how do you find these trade setups? Every morning, me and my team, we create a game plan for the day. We create news plays, anything which has news, earning plays, index stocks, any news on the index stocks, and any upgrades and downgrades. We make a plan, we make a support level, resistance level, if it's MTF cloud or not, and we also have an initial plan in the pre-market, initial buys, how we're going to trade it. So we're going to see that. I will show you how the plan panned out. I usually highlight anything which is important. I usually highlight it as a red, so the traders in my community, they can focus on more important setups. We also provide a lot of other stuff to the community members as well. We provide daily levels for ETFs and the Mag 7 stocks, so you can trade those and use these levels in Ripster EMA Clouds to trade those. We also trade crypto stocks. We provide these levels for crypto stocks to trade them. For example, coin was a big move for us today in the community. So we'll take a look at that as well. We'll do a recap of that. We also trade futures. Today didn't really do much on the future side. There was a small gap and crap in the morning, but we do provide these levels to the traders and nodes so that they can trade using Ripster EMA Clouds. They can trade the futures. We also trade low floats. We trade IPOs. We provide the low float game plan in the pre-market as well. We have low float channel. We trade IPOs. We do a lot of those stuff. We have one of the largest trading floor online. Thousands of traders are on the floor all day sharing ideas in the stock market. Trying to help everyone lose small, win big. We have a lot of tools in our community to help us trade. We have three option flow scanners. We have stock scanners. We have breaking news alerts. We have breaking news squawks. We have hold, unhold. We have support resistance alerts, EMA cloud alerts. We have order flow. A lot of screen shares in our community. All these tools are over $500-600 a month, which are freely available for the traders who join the community at no additional cost. I'm usually on the voice in the pre-market. I start pre-market planning half an hour before the market opens, but I'm on the voice from the market open first few hours, and if needed, I'm around all day. Usually, if we have a good day, first few hours, we are done for the day. But I am on my live screen is live as well, showing the traders, what setups are good, where's the risk, where's the stops, where to long, where to exit. Sure. So helping the traders master the stock market, learn the knowledge they need to succeed. Anyways, that was a quick introduction. Let's start. I'm going to show you my timestamp guidance. So let's start one by one, look at all the plays we did, so you can also use these concepts and these teachings to trade independently in the stock market. All right, the first one we're going to look at is AMD. So let's take a look at AMD, what was happening on AMD. So AMD, which has the daily chart has been bearish for a while. The biggest news today and something that you want to learn today is the sympathy plays, right? So this is called the sympathy plays because there was a news on Nvidia. So this morning there was a big news on Nvidia. Let's take a look. What was the news on Nvidia? Let's take a look, and then we'll recap on Nvidia a little bit as well here. The news on Nvidia was Nvidia is going to invest $5 billion in Intel, right? Intel makes chips, AMD makes chips. So Intel is partnering with Nvidia. Nvidia is partnering with Intel, and that's why Intel stock went crazy. We'll recap it later in the day. But for the opportunities for us lied in some other names, right? Which were moving with Nvidia. Nvidia had a news, but AMD dumped, ARM dumped, Taiwan Semiconductor dumped, a lot of other semiconductors dumped because Nvidia went with Intel as a partner. So a lot of knee-jerk reactions. So what gives us is an opportunity, because a lot of these names will recover, because this is what, it's not really that bearish for those stocks, but a lot of them will not recover. They will stay heavy, like ARM was staying heavy. It all depends on price action, but we need to make a plan accordingly for the Sympathy plays. So we had our Sympathy plays. First we're going to talk about AMD, our top focus, which was down because of course Intel makes chips, AMD makes chips. We had a support of 150 psychological level, always important. You can always buy your stocks whenever trading around 150 using the 150 as a risk. It's one of my long-standing teachings about psychological levels. Our resistance was 150 to 153. Our initial bias was bearish if it's under 153 or 150. 150. If 150 breaks, we would short it. But let's see how we played it. So that was our plan. So as soon as the market opened, I saw that AMD swiping from that 150 level. You see that 150, and I also tweeted about it. That. Let's take a look here. And also, if you look at the daily chart, AMD had a support at 150, same level. It had not bounced once, it had bounced twice. This is a lesson in support and resistance. It had bounced here once, bounced twice, and today was a third bounce here. So this gives you extra confidence to size up. So we sometimes size before the Ripster Clouds. Ripster Clouds turned at bullish later, but we took a trade right at the open. So I told the traders holding the pre-market lows, C minus long versus 149.50. So 149.50 was your risk to long it. So I told the traders to add into your position once we push over 152s here. They were rejecting 152s. As it started to push towards the 512s, we moved our stops to 150. As soon as the 152 was gone, I told the traders to add into your position. Let's say you added 500 shares. As it push higher, you add 500 more or 600 more, whatever you want. You added 5 contracts, you add more contracts as it push higher. Because if you did that and you had a full position, let's say you had 155 calls or something on AMD, by end of the day they went from $1 to $4, 300% gains there. So we literally killed it today with our system. So you see that how I told the traders to long on this bounce, add into the bounce, and this was a 512 call. The first target is always 34.50. I gave the first target as 153.80. Second target I gave was 155. I gave those targets in the morning. By the midday, we hit our 155 target, and that's when we moved our stops higher. You can see that I told the traders to move the stops higher to 152.75. And then as it pushed higher, we moved our stops to 155. We hit our MTF target. We hit both our MTF targets, and that was a beautiful, beautiful trade. If you added at 150.50, you risked $1,000. You end of the day, you made $5,000-$6,000 if you are on 1,000 shares. If you bought options, let's say you bought lot options, 500. End of the day, you made 3 times or 2 times your risk on the lot options. So that's how you trade it. That's how you do it. That's how we killed it. AMD was just insane for us in the community. Our number one focus, and it was a C minus long under the clouds. A trader was asking me, Rip, it was under the clouds. Why were you adding it? Because we make some exceptions based upon the support. Support resistance is important, more important than the clouds. It's bouncing from 150 here, bouncing from 150 there, bouncing from 150 there. That's why we took it. Beautiful trade for us in the community. Big winner. Let's go to the next one. So next one we're going to look at is Taiwan Semi. Taiwan Semi was the same one. It was gapping down on that news. Really, there was no reason for Taiwan Semi to gap up if gap down if Nvidia was dumping. So I told the traders at the open, Taiwan Semi is a curl. I told the traders at the open, Taiwan Semi is the curl. I told them, and because we have our levels as well there on Taiwan Semi, which helped us long it with the curl, initial risk 256. The target I gave was gap fill. I gave the gap fill target. We filled the gap during the midday. We hit 263s. No reason to cut. We moved our stops to 268 as it started to move higher, and then we hit 270. So that was a beautiful trade from 259, 260, almost $10 per share trade. And again, it was a sympathy play. Sympathy because it was gapping down on Nvidia. A bunch of things were gapping down. But guess what? It created a bullish engulfing long candle on the daily chart. That was a Taiwan Semiconductor. step-by-step timestamp guidance. Beautiful trade. Let's go to the next one. Alright, so next one we're going to look at is CrowdStrike. Let's look at CrowdStrike. What was our plan on CrowdStrike? Let's go here. Let's take a look at the cap. CrowdStrike was one of our top plays. I made it as a red. My team, we made a plan that we're going to long order 474, grab and crap under 462. It had a lot of bullish news. Also, it was a tier 1 upgrade by Morgan Stanley. So that makes it a much better trade here. So let's see here. As soon as the market opened, I was busy with other trades, but then I saw it pushing over the pre-market highs. I told the traders long triggered, 474 breakout, that's where you long it, and 500 magnet. That's what it means, that it's going to push towards 500. And I gave this target early in the morning, and you see by the end of the day we hit 500. So 495 was the first target. Next target was 195, 500 magnet. I told the traders 500 magnet. We pulled back to this support level. You can see this support, tested 512s, pushed again. This is even more bullish. When something reclaims and breaks the clouds like this, it's even more bullish. That's one of the concepts I teach the traders a lot. So that was a nice trade. You're supposed to hold it, sell half here, hold the rest, and you can see that the CrowdStrike, even the 500 lottos, if you're trading the options, you know, they went from $1 to $7, like 600% gain on those. So that was, even if you traded 1,000 shares, you could easily make 4 or 5 grand in this trade. And that's how the traders scaled it in the community. Very proud of the traders who were on top of this trade. CrowdStrike, really good trade for us on that 500 level target met. No BS, no hindsight, all step by step, right at the open. And you know, we hit that by end of the day. CrowdStrike to 500 is a pre-market planning. Beautiful trade. All right, let's take a look at ARM. ARM was again another sympathy play. ARM was a morning short, but it went into the chop all day. So let's look at ARM. What did we try to do on ARM? So let's see if the clouds can show up here on ARM. Yeah, so ARM was a double MTF short, but it swiped right after the amateur trade, tried to curl and failed the curl. So the long did not work for us. We tried to curl that, MTF short. It was an MTF short at the open. That swiped back up because you know, if you go back to the pre-market planning, you were supposed to short it right when 140 that level of what was okay, I think I had a typo there. So that when that level of 145.80 breaks, you short it, but right away it swiped. Why did it swipe? Because it had double MTF here, MTF there. We tried to play the curls and that didn't work for us, and we take a loss and moved on. So ARM was a loser for us in the community today. Next one, we're going to look at PLTR. Big trade for the community. Great guidance. One of our senior traders, RGV, on PLTR. PLTR was all day long. Let's take a look at pre-market planning first. On the pre-market planning on PLTR, plan to invest as much as $1.5 billion in UK. So that was the news. Only long if 170 holds, gap and crap if it breaks. So everybody was watching it. RGV was on top of it, one of our day traders. He was bullish. He said watch the pullbacks, and he told the traders when pullbacks held, you know, he instructed that it's a long trade. And then I saw a flag setting up here on PLTR as well. I told the traders on the voice that we are setting up for the flag and we're going to break out. And all day guidance on PLTR as well. Once this flag breaks, there was another call here, right here, and it went on to push to 178 for us. Beautiful trade. So you could see that he gave the first RGV gave the first target of 176.30. We pushed there, and then we pulled back from that level a little bit, and then it started to curl. You can see step by step, as soon as it is starting to curl, RGV showing the traders. Very proud of RGV. Very proud of him. You know, one of my best students, an amazing trader here, helping everybody. So this is how you do it, guys. You know, so many opportunities. That's why our community is the best when it comes to the education and real-time live trading. No BS, no hindsight, no alerts, no PNLs, just pure system. And that's the reason for our success. You know, I've seen enough in the market. I've made enough. I have lost enough. So that's why I try to teach you this, guys. Show you that you can do the same. Beautiful daily flag breakout as well. If you see the PLTR was right here, daily flag breakout. All right, next one we're going to look at is coin. So coin today was just fire for us. All of our plays from the pre-market planning was going on fire. Look at coin, Bitcoin up in the pre-market, bullish to neutral bias, long over 327. That was the plan. We also provided the coin levels right here, 326.70, 327.48. You just use the clouds, long it. As you see this third candle coming in, this is where you long it, breaking out of pre-market high, your stops right under the clouds, and you take it long all day long for a big winner on Coinbase. You can see that how community just nailed it all day long on coin. Mr. Sam was on top of it. Mikshu also added in the morning, and shout out to Mr. Sam. He really did well on that, and we had a beautiful trade on coin. Nice guidance by Mikshu there as well. There was many other trades in the community. SNPS was another sympathy play. With extending the pre-market, big range, and and you could see that SNPS also followed the clouds and ran all day for us. A lot of traders were on top of it. This is where you long it. It's called a 10 a.m. curls. So today what market gave us was a 10 a.m. curls. That you see the 10 a.m. curls market bounce from MTFs. So those was a 10 a.m. curl setup on SNPS. That kind of also worked really nicely for us. Let's look at the next one here. So bullish in the morning, we were trying to long it, but it rejected the pre-market high, so we avoided it. But then came the MTF cloud. So what was the plan on bullish? Let's take a look at the plan first, right? So plan on the bullish, let's take a look here. Earnings beat, sitting at 2021 MTF, short under it, long over it. So as long as the MTF holds, you could long it. Our morning long failed, we loser, but midday long, bounce from MTF, push here, pull back to the MTF and push all day long. That's why you use the MTF clouds for that bullish move on bullish move on bullish. So that was the MTF longs on bullish. Let's go to the next one. So let's look at INTC. INTC, our plan was we were bullish on INTC, but it never broke out of the pre-market highs, right? So that was our plan. INTC had so plan of an INTC was extended in the pre-market only long if 3150 holds and pushes out higher. So all day there was a buyer. We did short INTC initially, the first move from 3150 to 3050. We took a $1 short. Then it curled. We got out of the shorts, and then I told the traders stay long as this holds. But you see the 512 failed here. That was a short, and then when this broke, and then it pushed lower. We'll be watching it for day 2 gap fills. Nothing special there today on INTC. Let's look at CRWV. CRWV was our short in the community today. There was a number 1 day 2 setup. CRWV, let's take a look where our CRWV day 2 planning sheet is here. So you can see that CRWV was a number 1 play long over 123.82. Short under 121.24, so 84. So that was the plan given to the traders in the pre-market. As soon as it breaks down, you short CRWV, take it all down to the MTF. So that was a day 2 repeatable strategy on CRWV. So really good trade as well. So overall it was a great day, guys. I'm not going to cover anything more. Just trying to keep the video short. Hopefully you learned a lot, and hopefully you can use these teachings and continue to trade successfully in the market. Thank you. Bye.